Despite the fact that we noticed the thing for weeks at a time, and despite the fact that everyone's had a chance to see it tonight and comment on it, and we couldn't have provided more input or announcement to the community about it, everyone should take more time and think about it one more time and come back with another new round of emails to everyone and a new round of testimony. Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, it's your prerogative. Yeah. I think it is. How can I say it in a way that's not disrespectful? Because I really don't mean to be disrespectful. I understand what you're trying to do, John, but it is a slap in the face to the people who have put this forward, and it is also, I think, it's just not, given the fact that this material, the information is ready, and it just needs to be forwarded over by sound, either handed or emailed or mailed. For the process to continue and for the work to get underway and people to have for us to continue to have the hearings, what is it that, if you can give me any example, I'll think about voting for your motions, but give me anything that you think we're going to hear in 2 weeks that we haven't heard tonight. Because if you can give me anything, then I'll stop arguing with you about it.
But example would be, this is a new plan, right? So it's substantially, it's smaller in footprint, although there's still two fields, but there's a bridge now, and there's slightly smaller and less evasive in terms of the vegetation there and so forth. So for the people that haven't had an opportunity to look at it only because of the combination of website or they were out of town, because it wasn't posted until Friday, right?
Friday morning. Yes.
Friday morning. So. That would be my argument in terms of it's new from that perspective. Yes, the whole concept's been discussed for 3-4 years, and I do remember Clarence coming over to my house and showing me the initial plans, and it was a good idea in terms of utilizing the space. But and we did hear some comments tonight in terms of the design, and one of the speakers said, well, gee, have you thought about if I want to bring a bike up and you got to go up the steps? So I don't know, there would be other examples like that we may not have thought of, but at the end of the day, then I have to ask myself the question, is that going to make a difference as to how I would decide and whether I move this thing forward or not?
Recognizing you're not deciding
whether there should be steps or ramp.
Right. You're just deciding whether or not it should go to the next step.
Or whether the reduced field size is better than an increased field size, or whether the wall should be lower, or whether there's going to be left turns out of the parking lot. I mean, those are all legitimate, interesting issues that should be examined. But the same discussion 2 weeks from tonight? Like, what? I'm still waiting for the...
Yeah, I'm just giving the public the opportunity for those that were away, and I'm not okay with 3 months. That was taught. But definitely not okay with that. But in terms of 2 weeks, I just feel that, let me, I don't want to put an unfair question to Clarence, but I'll go ahead and toss it out, that if I give the public...
Are you sure you want to do this?
Public
yeah, just to give the public, I appreciate all the hard work you've done, and I haven't commented, but I like the design, okay, and I like what you've developed there. But is 2 weeks going to delay things or not? I mean, I don't think so, but I'll kind of toss it to you. In terms of, I know there's a timeline that was being laid out in terms of notice of preparation, and in fact, the notice of preparation is supposed to be the week of October 5th, right?
Yes.
Would this be delayed if we didn't make a decision until 2 weeks from now?
Good question. Mr. Mayor, yes, may I ask Christian Grunbach to answer that question, because I am not capable of answering this. And Christian Grunbach is with the firm of ELS, which is our environmental... I'm sorry, I apologize. LSA, which is our environmental consultants.
Essentially, LSA and Benson Lee Consulting will be ready to move forward on the environmental analysis as soon as we have the notice to proceed. So we can start tomorrow if you decide this evening that we can move forward, or if you decide to postpone an additional 2 weeks, we would likely wait to receive that notice to proceed at that time. So I guess to answer your question, that would delay the completion of the notice of preparation by a couple of weeks.
So it would be pushing off the October 5th notice of preparation to 2 weeks beyond that, is what you're saying?
Potentially. I mean, we can always, try to get it completed under the same schedule that has been proposed. That's not out of the question.
Again, I don't think the question is whether, obviously, if we delay it for 2 weeks, we are not, the project doesn't fall apart. I imagine we are stretching the patience of those involved to the very maximum, maybe beyond it, I don't know, we'll have to see. For me, again, unless I hear something that suggests to me that there's something we're going to actually learn in 2 weeks, besides going through the same discussion we just went through tonight with a few new alternatives of, I could go study something else. Unless we're going to hear something new, then it's not about, the question to me isn't we're going to slow down the project. It's what damage are we doing to, and what hoops are we putting people through, and is that really reasonable? Don't forget, all these people came here tonight, they commented, they got here at 7, they've stayed till 11:30 to give their comments. They all have to come back because, they're not, the people who are against it are certainly not going to sit by and say, well, we're not going to, we've already made our comments. They're going to want to come. People who are for it will probably also want to come. And so it's just, all the people who did this, we're forcing them essentially to do it again. Now, and if there's some good behind that, sign me up, because I'm all about having a fair process. But I'm yet to hear anyone say anything about the good. Where is the good? It's like we are, anyway.
We're not forcing anyone to do anything. We're not.
Okay.
It's not uncommon to us present a project at a meeting and then go to the next meeting comment. We're just taking more time for this project to filter into the community for comment.
Garrett, it's been 4 years. What would you have voted? Would you have voted to delay, Mark Becker's thing by 3 months? When is it?
Mark Becker made multiple presentations of his plan at many meetings. That's valid.
How can you sit there and say that when Clarence Mawak is sitting in the front row? How can you even look me in the eye or anybody in the eye with that comment?
This plan was finalized on Thursday.
If there's no more discussion, let's just call the question. Does your motion stand?
Yeah.
Call the motion.
Fine.
Aye.
Aye.
No. Motion carries. We will be revisiting it in 2 weeks. Okay. Thank you very much for your hard work, Clarence. I really appreciate it.